In his ninth-floor office, Derrick sat behind his desk and leaned back in his chair. By mid-morning, a headache drilled through his temples. What did his contact want? The question echoed stronger in his head. Requesting a face-to-face was out of character to the point of being worrisome. For the most part, communication between the two men was conducted via encrypted email before and after a target was eliminated. The man rarely left Virginia, let alone had time to visit for a one-on-one meeting. They didn't have that kind of relationship, not like some fathers and sons. And since his contact was the Secretary of Defense, Derrick wondered how he would even find the time for a visit. Two loud raps on his office door interrupted his thoughts. Bob Riley, his production manager, strutted in, slugging back an energy drink. He was in his early 50s, 5'10", about 3 inches shorter than Derrick, and had a serious addiction to highly caffeinated energy drinks. He stopped in front of the desk with a file folder tucked under his arm. Derrick picked up a pen and rolled it through his fingers. "Are we on schedule?" "Dragon's Drought: The Homecoming will premiere right on time next Wednesday at midnight." He tossed the folder to Derrick and continued. "The numbers guys have revised the estimate from 10 to 15 million online players within the first 12 hours. It's gonna be incredible. Pre-sales are already astronomical." Months of hype surrounding the release of the sequel to Dragon's Drought had sent Omicron's stock to the moon. The company's shareholders were elated. So was Derrick. He flipped open the manila folder and scanned the projected cash flow report. "Fantastic. This is great. It doesn't get much better than this." "Get this. Online Gamer magazine named Dragon's Drought: The Homecoming the most anticipated online multiplayer game of the decade." Bob grinned and rubbed his hands together. "Double ka-ching." Derrick was proud of what he'd accomplished. He'd made a comfortable legal living for himself. He'd started the gaming company the same year he'd signed on with the government. It was a believable cover, all part of the show, a facade to ensure his true occupation remained hidden. He had handpicked the best graphic artists, animators, and programmers from around the country and beyond, including some very creative local talent, to develop his fantasy role-playing games. Derrick smiled and noticed Bob's fingers began to fidget in his lap, a side effect of the energy drink. "I know how hard everyone has worked on this project, especially you, Bob. Is Liz still busting your balls over the long hours?" "Nope, thanks to you. Not a peep out of her since she got her hands on my bonus check. She's out shopping for a new dress for the release party. I don't want to see the bill for that one. You know, shoes, purse, and whatever else she can think of. Which reminds me, I caught up with Jenna. She's done wrapping up the last-minute details with the Kennedy Heights Art Center. It's going to be one hell of a bash."